night and then won the next couple after a very tough loss in that was a very tough triple overtime loss to Mid-America Nazarene. But right now the Vikings are 4-10, and they need a couple of wins to get back into this thing. I'm Ken Quialba, Joe All alongside, and Joe, looking forward to a good ball game tonight.
Well, I think the key, the Vikings played by far their best game of the year in that win in Fayette, 81-70. I think a key in that game, Ken, as you look at the Vikings scoring, 17, 14, 11, 10, 9, 9, 8. They got great balanced scoring. Everybody pitched in. They spread the ball around, and it was a good team effort all the way around. And I know Coach Chad Lance and the crew trying to figure a way to get that type of chemistry, that type of momentum back again tonight.
Well, what you have to do is CMU, Black inside, but the guys you have to stop are the guards, Tillman, Franklin, and Banks. That's the key. And in the last game, even though it was a loss, Tillman had 23 and Banks had 20 against us. For the Vikings that night, Jordan Epps once again led the way with 17 points, and Michael Connor had 11. But that was a very nice win for Valley. Valley now, however, has lost 5 in a row, and they're going against CMU, a team that's 8-6 in the league. So this is a big ball game tonight, no question about it for Valley.
Well, Vikes need it. I mean, we're tied, I believe, for the 8th spot in the conference with. Or we're in 8th, I guess. We're actually tied with Peru for 7th and 8th, but they hold the tiebreaker since they swept the season series. So we want to climb that ladder. We got get a couple wins with only 4 games left. Need to get them pretty quick.
We had a chance to visit with both coaches earlier this evening, so let's let you in on those visits.
Chad Lance joins us before this ball game, and Coach, we have a nice little winning streak in the middle of the season. It all started in Fayette against this club. You're really playing some good ball that night.
Yeah, definitely. It was a game where we turned the corner both on the offensive and defensive side. We played with a lot of energy, and it kind of propelled us for a 4 out of 5 streak that we went on there.
Now, the CMU team, tell me a little bit about it. What concerns you about it?
Well, definitely, Melvin Tillman, returning guard, all-conference performer last year. He's definitely the heart and soul of their team, but don't sleep on Banks. He's been playing really well here of late. And then, obviously, you got the big kid inside. So, those are our 3 focal points for them. But their whole team revolves around guards.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And as you said, you've got to stop their guards, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. They both can hurt you outside, both extremely quick and can get to the rim. So we got to make sure we're in good positions tonight.
How about inside? How did we do against them the last time? What did you like?
Well, pretty well. I thought that we was able to keep the ball out of Black's hands, and we did a good job fronting them. But all of that stemmed because we had good ball pressure, so they wasn't able to get easy high-low or easy touch passes to him. So we got to make sure that we're in great position again tonight there.
I know in your game on Saturday had that nice lead, let it slip away. Those are tough, aren't they?
Yeah, they're real tough. I don't know if we fully recovered from that. We didn't do some great things, didn't execute there down the stretch. So kind of a little bit of a spirited practice on both ends this weekend or this week. So hopefully we're ready to go.
And if you could get this season sweep on CMU, that'd really help you in positioning for the conference tournament. We got to start thinking about that now.
Yeah, definitely. We're kind of on the outside looking in right now. So every game is crucial, just like they were before, but even more so here with these last 4 to play.
Coach, let's go get them. Talk to you after the game.
All right, thanks.
Okay, chatting now with Central Methodist men's coach Jeff Sherman. And, Coach, I talked about a week ago tonight, your son Matt, who's an assistant coach up at Graceland, gets a chance to be a head coach for one night. I guess head coach Jeff Hamilton's sick. He brings his Graceland team down to Central Methodist, gets a 4-point win in his first game as head coach against the team that he played with for many years on a floor where he scored a lot of points.
Well, I guess that looks like that's quite the story, and I guess it didn't work out so well for us. I told our guys before the game, we didn't know this was even going to happen until the day of. And, where they're at in the conference, they're really struggling. And, boy, what a great opportunity for a little pick-me-up for them. They got a situation where things change up. I told our team, the one thing about it, I'll tell you, Matt's not used to losing many games here. Unfortunately, he's on the other side, and our job is to go down and kick their butt. That was the game plan. And we had the second worst shooting night in my career. We held them to 46 points and lost. Now, granted that it works both ways, but they played a phenomenal game in a situation that didn't look good for them. I was happy for him. I was a little disappointed in maybe not being able to find a way to still pull a game out. But we did everything we wanted our team to do. We held the team to 46 points. We out-rebounded them. But we only shot 27, 28% and only scored 42. I don't know today if we're going to get many wins that way. He did a wonderful job. They deserved to win that one. I guess it's a great father-son story.
Well, you got a nice win over Avila on the road this past Saturday.
We did, and I think it was something that we needed to do. I liked our intensity. Hey, the big thing about it was we hadn't been practicing well. And I told the guys that transpires to game day. So when you look at what happened at Graceland, we didn't shoot well, but at the same time as our mentality going into the game wasn't good. We came right back and had a phenomenal practice for Avila because it woke them up. You hate to have something, a loss or a negative aspect turn into something good. You hope that happens, but why not do it every time? But we had a great practice. We had great focus before the game, and it turned out to be a nice ball game for us. I'm hoping that same thing happens here tonight. It's been kind of 50-50. We've had good focus. We just haven't had a lot of energy for our practices.
Tonight you play Missouri Valley. You met about a month ago in Fayette, and the Vikings probably played their best game of the year that night.
Oh, they were phenomenal. I don't know why they're not higher. From what I saw at our place, this team is impressive. And yeah, you've got the leading scorer in the conference, but it's not just about him. They've got a lot. I'm watching out pregame, and I'm looking out here going, why are they not at the top of the league? They've got all the potential, and sometimes all it takes is just to get a couple of breaks. We've had a couple of breaks. We see what that happens. We've lost a couple of breaks, and we hope they don't get any more breaks here tonight because this is a scary team. And they beat us quite easily. Let's just say it. They beat us quite easily at our place. We got our hands full tonight if we're going to be able to make a game out of this.
All right, so there you've heard from the coaches. The starting lineups are being introduced for the Eagles. They'll go with Elliott Black. Elliott's a 6'5 senior inside. Melvin Tillman, a 6-foot junior, along with Eric Franklin, a 5'8 senior. Eric is out of Hickman High School. And Darian Davis, a 6'4 sophomore. So that's the starting lineup for the Eagles. For the Vikings, they'll go with Jordan Epps, conference leading scorer, averaging 18.9 a game. He is out of Nixa, 5'10 freshman. Michael Connor, 6'1 senior, Fort Worth, Texas. Jim Thomas in the starting lineup again today. The 5'11 junior out of St. Louis. James Pope, 6'4 senior, St. Petersburg, Florida. And Lawrence Brown, 6'8 junior out of Chicago. So there you have the starting lineups for tonight. The Eagles in their road green with the white numerals. And the green numerals trimmed in white. CMU across the front. Vikings with MBC across the front of their gray home jerseys. Purple numerals trimmed in orange. As we're about ready for basketball tonight. CMU comes in 8-6, 15-11 overall. Vikings 4-10, 9-17. Jeff Sherman, 28th year as the head coach at CMU. A record of 515 wins and 403 losses. A fantastic career at CMU for Jeff Sherman.
Yeah, and Jeff's a classy guy, and he just has done it the right way for so many years, and just is. And a couple years ago they won the conference championship, so he's had a lot of success here.
We're ready to go. Ball in the air, and it's controlled by CMU as they quickly get it to Tillman.
I don't know how the game will turn out, but I do know one thing: we can read Central Methodist numbers much better tonight than we did in Fayette on those white jerseys.
Here's a little reverse layup attempt, no good by the Eagles, and the Vikings come the other way. Connor, top of the key to Lawrence Brown. Brown leaves it off for Epps. Epps now goes left side, stops free throw line, now gets inside the line. His 10-footer's good, and the Vikings have a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, there's that patented Jordan Epps move, that quick stop off the dribble and straight up for the jump shot. Nothing you can do about that.
Here's a shot top of the key. Michael Banks, no good. Rebound Vikings, and they want to run. Epps quickly gets it to Connor on the right wing. Back out front to Epps. Epps to Thomas. Pass floated over there. It almost picked off, but Thomas able to get it top of the circle. Now works right side to Connor. Back to Epps. Epps, top of the key. Takes it inside the lane. And that one is blocked from behind by Melvin Tillman. Comes away with the ball to the Eagles.
Yeah, Jordan should probably taken that shot. He tried to get it into Law Brown, but I think he had the open jump shot.
Out front, it's Tillman. Tillman, top of the key to Davis. Davis swings it left side. Tillman now pops out top of the key. And they give it back to Tillman. He's open top of the key for a three, and he buries it. Tillman hits the triple, He had 23 in the first meeting. It's 3-2 CMU, a minute and a half in.
Melvin Tillman averages 15 points a game, so he's a good ball player, all conference last year.
Kendall Hayes getting a start tonight instead of James Pope. Young man out of Houston, Texas. Here's Epps, free throw line. He's open, floats inside, about a 14-footer, knocks it down. He has both field goals for the Vikings, who lead it 4-3. Quickly Tillman the other way. Tillman gives it back out to Eric Franklin, young man out of Hickman High School in Columbia. Now they work it low to Black. Black double team, kicks it off to Franklin. Open in the corner, another three, and it's good. They double teamed, triple teamed him. He knew somebody had to be open. It was Eric Franklin, left corner, and he knocks it down 6-4. Epps comes the other way. He has both field goals for the Vikings. Gives it off to Michael Connor. Connor top of the circle. Back it comes to Epps on the left wing. Epps drives in. Kicks in the corner to Thomas. He's open, but Epps may have stepped out of bounds. I think he did.
Yeah, it looks like everything tonight definitely going through Jordan Epps. That seems to be the game plan, is 3 possessions. Jordan's handled the ball and kind of been the quarterback. He does that so much, but seems even a little bit more so far tonight, which could be a good strategy.
The Eagles averaging 70.4 points a game, about 37% from beyond the arc. Both their field goals of the three-point variety. Here's a baseline jump shot up, hits the side of the backboard. The shot by Elliott Black. Rebound to Hayes. He's going to take it length of the court, lay it up with the left hand and scores. Hayes said, forget it, I'm taking this one. He got the left-handed layup. We're tied at 6.
Kendall Hayes showed pretty good quickness, taking that ball coast to coast that time and laying it in.
Franklin top of the circle, guarded by Epps. Epps reaches around, can't slap it away. Tillman now brings it back free throw line. Here's a long three that's partially blocked. Rebound pulled down by Brown. Off to Epps. Epps races up the left side. Vikings look for the lead. 16-14 to go. Brown grabs it out high, gives it to Thomas. Now just outside the free throw line is Kendall Hayes, and he knocks down his second consecutive shot, and the Vikings lead 8-6.
Yeah, good to see Kendall off to a good start. A shot from the outside, also a coast-to-coast drive, so it looks like maybe he likes starting.
Tillman. Here's another shot from outside. This one is no good, and Michael Banks can't find the range, but an offensive rebound. Now Franklin will bring it out between the circles, guarded by Thomas.
Banks had 20 against us in that game in Fayette, so he's somebody you got to cover.
He's chomping to the bit. He wants to score. Here's Elliott Black. Gets inside, and now a reverse layup around Michael Connor. Scores. Nice move, Elliott Black.
How much arch did he put on that shot? He put that thing, lofted it right up to the top of the backboard, and it came straight down through the bucket.
Pretty shot. Now Connor outside is bumped, but no foul is called. Elliott Black comes to us from St. Louis. Went to Harris Stowe before transferring. Here's Epps open again. He's 3 for 3. Epps on the left side, about a 16-footer, and he has 6 of the 10 points.
Yeah, Jordan Epps looks like maybe this could be one of those nights for him. He's off to a great start.
Franklin top of the key, off to Tillman. On the weave, they give it to Banks. Back to Tillman, top of the circle. Here's Franklin. He'll fire off the outside. It's another 3. Franklin's second triple. They have 3 already, and they lead at 11-10.
Well, Eric Franklin's been a mainstay on this team for at least 3 years now. He's a quality player.
Thomas for 3. Oh. He gets a 3 from the left side.
Now, I'm going to tell you, both teams are shooting the ball right now as Thomas, JT knocks down a 3, 2-point Viking lead.
13-11. Valley with a lead. We're 5 minutes in. Tillman. Black. He's going to drive inside the lane. Gets around Law. Brown misses the shot, however. Brown with a rebound, flips it behind his back to Jordan Epps. Epps fires it in the corner. Thomas will try another one. This one won't go. And the rebound is pulled down by CMU's Michael Banks. He'll leave it for Franklin. Women's game went to CMU. We have the women's scores. We'll give them to you at the first break. James Pope ready to come back in, or to come in for the first time. Tillman, top of the circle. Round to Franklin. Franklin, front of the Viking bench, top of the key. Now to Tillman. Tillman, head and shoulder fake, gets in the lane. Little runner, good.
And that's what Melvin Tillman did in that game in Fayette. The second half, he had 2 points at halftime, but the second half he continually penetrated into the lane, and pretty quick at that.
Tillman went to Penn Valley Community College out of Richmond, Indiana. Here's Law Brown in the lane, misses the shot. Rebound comes down to Black. Back to Franklin. 13 all, 14-14 to go. CMU averages 70.4 a game. The Vikings 67.7. Valley won the first game, 81-70. Black top of the key. Gives it there to Alex Barner. Now back out to Tillman. Another 3. No good. And long rebound comes out to Connor. Connor takes Tillman down the middle. Misses the shot, however. Oh, he made a great ball movement, a ball fake to get Tillman away from him and then missed it.
I still say we got to get Michael Connor scoring, and he made a great play that time, just didn't finish.
Out front, it's Banks. Now they swing it back to Franklin. Here is baseline for the left shot off the glass. Too strong. Elliott Black. Vikings with it. Epps. He's 3 for 3. Epps free throw line. Now he steps back, fires. He misses off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Tillman.
I've never seen anybody create space off the dribble any better than Jordan Epps does. I tell you, he's very quick and goes straight up.
13 all. We're going to have mass substitutions at the next timeout. Tillman, top of the key, drives. Kicks it off, baseline. Long three on the way, no good. Thomas with a rebound. That one missed by Franklin. Timeout taken by Valley.
Is that the first official's whistle we've had? We played 7 minutes. I know we have no fouls yet. I'm not sure. Huh? Is that? Have we had a stoppage of play yet?
Nope, I think that was it. And for the first time, let's see. We're gonna see for the Vikings, James Pope will come in. Kevin Stander, and CMU's going to go with Robert Mason. I know he'll be coming into the lineup, and several other of the Eagles as well. Tied at 13. Well, that was a quick 7 minutes.
I'd say, how fast did that 7? I mean, I think that's been 7 straight minutes. I know that hadn't been 8, 9. A lot of times 7 minutes is 45 minutes.
I don't think there was any stoppages of play there.
I don't think that's the first time. Better check these guys, be sure their whistles work.
That was like that. Lionel DeLisca also comes in. So does David Smith. So the Vikings have, Epps is the only starter on the floor right now.
Yeah, it's David Smith, Stander, DeLisca, Pope, and like you said, Jordan Epps.
Derek Kitchen, mentioned Mason. Stander has the ball, right wing for the Vikings. Out to Pope, top of the key. Run a little weave, give it back to Stander. Stander in the corner to Epps. Drives baseline right side. No look pass to DeLisca. Strong move off the glass, scores. DeLisca gathered himself, got a nice pass, and put it off the glass, 15-13.
Nice job of Lionel DeLisca holding on to the ball strong and going up strong for the bucket.
Now out front, they give it off to Mason. Mason, top of the circle to Banks. Banks back to Franklin. They'll work it to Mason. Mason looking inside to Kitch. Kitch catches. Pump fake, puts it up. Foul by DeLisca.
They say walk. Called him for travel.
Good. So the travel occurred before the contact.
Brody Thompson. Brody Thompson comes into the Viking lineup again. Brody out of Republic.
So all 5 starters are getting the break right now. Pope hands to David Smith. David, free throw line, drives in the lane, kicks in the corner to Brody. Brody, back out front, Stander. He'll raise up for the shot. Knock it down for 3. Kevin Stander, another Republic, Missouri product, knocks it down, and CMU wants a 30-second timeout. Valley up 18-13.
Yeah, good job that time. Great ball movement. Brody Thompson drove into the middle, kicked it outside to his running mate, his guard running mate, Kevin Stander, and Kevin knocked down his first shot. So I guess those 2 guys probably did a lot in high school together, both of them from Republic, and they look very familiar with each other on that play, and it results in a 3-point shot for Stander.
Well, the Vikings have jumped out to a 5-point lead with 12:04 to go as CMU takes their first timeout, just a 30-second timeout. Standings from the men's side. Right now, Valley battling with Peru and Avila and Graceland, all for the 7th and 8th spots. CMU right now at 8 and 6. They are in a tie for 4th, so they've got a lot to play for as well. Want to try to get that home court if you can. Here come the Eagles. Alex Barner across the timeline, leaves it for Franklin. Franklin, the 5'8 senior, out to Banks. Banks to Barner, now to Kitt. Oh, man, underneath. Banks got away. Somebody lost him in the lane. He lays it in, his first 2, and it's 18-15.
When you keep moving without the ball, good things happen, and that's exactly what Michael Banks did. Got a wide-open layup.
Here's Pope off to Stander. Stander into DeLisca. DeLisca muscles his way in the lane. Boy, a lot of pushing, and they're going to call a tie ball. Man. As they say that there was a lot of contact, but the CMU player had his hand on top of the ball, so it goes as a tie ball and the possession arrow to the Vikings.
I think Lionel DeLisca got knocked sideways on that drive, but jump ball.
In it comes to Stander. Now Pope top of the key. Off to Brody Thompson. Thompson right back to Pope. Baseline right side. Skips it back out Stander. He thought about the three, didn't pull the trigger. 8 on the shot clock as Brody Thompson goes baseline back to Pope. He'll try it from outside. It won't go. Rebound Kitts, the young man from Hallsville. Gives it off to Franklin. Now a whistle. And let's see. We have a foul away from the foul on whom? David Smith?
Yeah, he gets David Smith, and I believe that's the first foul of the game on either team. Maybe the second time the officials have blown the whistle.
So it's 18-15, 11 minutes to go in the half. Women's game went to CMU. Franklin leaves it for Banks. Banks stops, goes to Kitch. Kitch, free throw line extended right. Back out front to Franklin. Vikings in a man-to-man defense. Banks is open, tries it, and this time he connects a three. And he has the last 5 points to tie the game at 18. He's not afraid to shoot.
No, these two teams seem like they play a pretty similar style of ball. This should be a real good game.
Pass inside, knocked away, but it comes back, and now they get it out to Stander, who misses the shot. Rebound up to Franklin, 3-on-3 break, and now Franklin, as he tries to pick the ball up and throw it to the left wing, walks with it.
Yeah, good job that time. Brody Thompson dropped back on defense. He was right in Franklin's face, and Franklin tried to get around him, shuffled the feet, ball back to the Vikings, tied up, nearing the halfway point of the first half.
Lawrence Brown ready to come back in. Brody Thompson around Barner. Stops the dribble, goes to David Smith, right side. David, top of the key, stops the dribble into Deleska. Strong move, head and shoulder fake. Goes up and scores. Deleska has 4, and it's 20-18.
I tell you, Lionel's really going up strong. He's taking people up to the rim with him, but he's gone up strong twice, got 4 points, and Vikes back up by 2.
And here comes Franklin, off to Kitch. Kitch to Barter, who pops out top of the circle, holds it high above his head with the right hand, and hands it off to Banks. Banks around to Mason. His first shot of the game is strong. Rebound fought for it, comes away, and a nice little reverse underneath by Barner, and he gets the bucket to make it 20 all. 9:41 to go. Took that rebound away from David Smith.
Got to put a body on those guys on the glass.
High post given out to Stander. Stander back out Thompson. Brody fires a three. It won't go. David Smith goes high for the rebound. Can't pull it down. Barner gets it. And Barner will hand it off to Franklin, and now CMU with a chance to take the lead.
David didn't get that rebound, but his hand was above everybody else's.
Vikings are going to bring in, I think, the starting 5 and the next dead ball. Here's Kitch, strong move. Had it partially blocked by Pope, taken down by Deleska. Out to Kevin Stander. Stander will walk it up. Wow, 9 minutes to go in a very fast-moving first half, tied at 20. Pope top of the circle. We only had 1 foul in this game. Now we have 2.
Yep.
As the foul's going to be on Barner, way out between the circles as he tries to prevent David Smith from going to the left to the right side. That's his first foul.
We might be home for the 9:30 news tonight.
It might be tonight.
We're more than halfway through this first half, and I think we've been out here more than about 15 minutes already.
Here come all 5 starters are back in the lineup for the Vikings. Connor Epps, who has the ball, Law Brown, Hayes, and Thomas. Top of the key, Lawrence Brown. 1 dribble, gives it to Epps. Epps brings it back to the middle. He'll stop at the top of the key. He'll fire. It won't go, just a little strong. Franklin with another rebound. The point guard doing a pretty good job. He averages 3.4 rebounds a game. Not bad for your point guard.
No, he's a good leaper, and he's a good ball handler.
Tillman back out front. Now they're swinging around to Davis. Nowhere to go. Back to Franklin. Baseline block. He's going to take it in strong. Reverse left. Missed it. Ball tipped. No good. Comes away to Lawrence Brown. Brown gives it off to Connor. Connor, long pass underneath. Hayes got away. Lays it in. Hayes running the floor. Connor saw him. He got ahead of the defense. He now has 6. And the Vikings back on top.
Good to see those big guys run the floor like that and give Kendall Hayes credit. He did a great job that time, and he was rewarded with a 2-point bucket because of it.
Franklin top of the circle, leaves it now for Tillman. His shot from the outside is good. It's a 2 right in front of Viking coach Chad Lance. Tillman now has 7, and it's 22 all. Back and forth we go. 7:46 to go in the half. Epps, top of the key, Lawrence Brown looks inside. Nothing there. Back it comes to Connor. Connor's the top of the key. Now switches to a left-handed dribble, gives it off right side to Epps. Epps starts to drive right side. Now gets around the screen by Hayes. Back to Connor on the left side. Connor back to the top of the key. He's going to raise up for the jump shot. Knock it down as a three.
Good job by Michael. Boy, he went up and he hung in the air for the longest of time, and nothing but nets. That's a nice shot there.
7:15 to go. Mason. Out front it comes. Now they go to Tillman. Tillman looking inside for Black. Not there. Mason top of the circle. Gives it off to Franklin. Tries to throw it back to Mason. Picked off by Epps. Epps 2-on-1. Tried to throw a pass across the lane. Threw it right to Franklin.
Trying to be unselfish.
Yep. Franklin the other way. Back it comes. He'll set up the offense for the guys in green. 25-22 Valley. Tillman across to Mason. Top of the circle. Mason looks, gives it back to Franklin. Looks in, gives it to Black. Black guarded by Law Brown. Back it comes to Davis. Davis, baseline left side. Back out to Tillman. Tillman, one-on-one, cut off by Lawrence Brown. Tillman fires at baseline. Here's a three on the way by Davis. He banked it in from the baseline. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you couldn't do that. You could shoot that shot 10 more times. You couldn't do that the way he did it.
Whew. Banks it in from the baseline. Now he says, hey, they fouled me too.
Give me the ball. I'm hot.
But he didn't get that call. Here's Epps. Tie game. Lawrence Brown will work inside on Black. Kick it free throw line to Hayes. Right back to Lawrence. He turns with a jump hook off the glass and he scores.
You know, if you remember, Lawrence had a breakout game. He had 14 points against Central Methodist. I think maybe his first double-figure scoring game, and he's been a double-figure scorer pretty well since that time.
27-25, under 6 minutes to go in the half. Tillman top of the key. Now they look inside for Black. Give it back to Franklin. Black has it. Baseline. Left side now drives inside the lane, puts it up under the outstretched arm of Hayes and scores.
Man's got some moves, doesn't he?
He has 4 points now, tied at 27. Jim Thomas to the top of the circle. Gives it back to Epps. Quick bounce pass into Hayes. Fires it out front for Connor. Connor's hit one. He'll try another one. This one's strong. Rebound whom? Davis had it knocked away by Thomas to Lawrence Brown who lays it in.
Great play by Jim Thomas. Jim went up and got that ball cleanly, knocked it out of the hands of Franklin, and right to Law Brown for an easy layup.
29-27. Valley with the lead. Franklin gives it to Tillman. Tillman turns, faces, drives, left side all the way, puts up the shot, blocked by Hayes. Off it comes to Epps. Long bounce pass to Connor. Tries to get it back underneath to Brown. It's knocked out of bounds by Mason. Vikings will have it underneath.
And now Michael Connor had a clear path to the basket that time. Should have just gone ahead and taken it on in. But, again, Vikes being very unselfish. He tried to make a pass to Law Brown in the middle. But, you know, sometimes you need to say, even though I'd like to let my teammates score, if I've got a better shot, I got to go ahead and take it. But you like to see that unselfishness.
Standard comes in. Connor's going to leave. 29-27 Valley. 4:59 to go first half. Coming up on 8 o'clock Central Time. Pope back out to Stander. Epps has 6 quick points. Now Stander way out high, double team, swings it left side to Thomas. Thomas around a ball screen by Pope, gets it back to him underneath to Lawrence Brown for 2. Good passing by the big guys, and Pope gets it to Brown for an easy deuce, 31-27.
Great pass by James Pope, kind of a no-look pass. Lawrence Brown very active in the lane. He's got 4. It's a 4-point Viking lead. Lawrence has 6. 6 points for Lawrence.
Banks gives it off to Black. Black starts to drive, cut off by Lawrence Brown. Has to kick it back out to Franklin, and the Eagles will reset the offense. 4:19 to go. 4-point Valley lead. Franklin double teamed, in trouble in the lane. Little jump step, kicks it in the corner. Banks will try a 3 and bank. Did he bank that one too?
Yeah, he made it. He didn't bank it.
I thought that banked.
No, that was clean. It was Banks, but it wasn't a bank shot.
31-30. It's a 1-point game. Here's Epps driving down the middle, kicks it in the corner, back out to Stander. His 3 on the way, off the front of the rim. Rebound to Franklin. Franklin on the run, is going to take it all the way, and he just runs right over Stander. Stander might be hurt.
Yeah, Kevin took a real shot that time. Boy, again, he shows a lot of courage out there. Stepped right in front of a charging Eric Franklin and whacked to the floor. And Kevin, Mom and Dad, Kevin's on his feet, so he's okay. Just shaking up a little bit. He looks like knees and ankles, head, everything's okay.
Yeah, he's still got all his parts.
Yeah. Boy,
he'll come out for a little while. He stood there, and I mean, Franklin is only 5'8", but Franklin's built like a football player, and he was at full speed when he ran into Kevin.
What a gutsy play, though. What a gutsy play to step in front like that.
31-30, a 1-point Viking lead and the ball as Epps across the timeline with 3:48 left. Working the left side, back out to Pope. Pope, right side, Connor. Connor around the screen, open at the top of the key, dishes it into Brown. Brown turns from the left side, puts it up with the right hand, no good, but it's tipped in by Pope. James Pope with a tip in, his first field goal, 33-30.
8 different Vikings have scored so far, so Vikes doing a good job spreading the ball around.
Defense in the backcourt by David Smith, almost took it away from Franklin. Now a reach-around foul by Pope, but that's only the second foul on the Vikings.
I'll bet you there's no way we'll be in the 1-1 this half.
I wouldn't
Each
think
team
so.
has 2 team fouls.
And we have a timeout taken by CMU. Vikings up 33-30, and that'll give us a chance to tell you what happened on the women's side tonight. Culver knocked off Graceland 60-58. Graceland getting close. They just can't get that win.
Where'd
They're now
they play
0-16.
that game?
That was at Culver.
Yeah, okay.
Benedictine knocked off Peru 73-57. That game was in Atchison.
Peru kind of struggling right now. Their girls were really playing well a couple weeks ago. Now they've lost several in a row, haven't they?
Yeah, they have lost 3 in a row coming into tonight, so that's 4 in a row. They're 6-9 now.
Yep.
Valley lost. Valley's lost
4-11.
Their first loss after that win at Peru. They're 4-11. And CMU with the win goes to 10-5. Mid-Am beat Baker 69-67. That game was at Mid-Am. So Mid-Am now goes to 14-1, and Baker 12-3. So Baker, they're pretty much they're going to, I would say, going to get that third spot. What's going to be between them and CMU?
That team's playing well. I mean, to go into Olathe and only lose by 2 to Mid-America, that's huge.
And this one helped the Vikings, I think. Evangel knocked off Avila 44-42.
Wow.
In Kansas City. So Evangel 6-8. They have a 2-game lead on the Vikings plus the tiebreaker. So it's going to come down to Missouri Valley or Avila who's going to get the last spot.
Didn't Evangel beat Graceland by 1 or 2 points last week? They get a 2-point, 1-point win over Avila. So Coach Leon Neal's team playing pretty well. Not winning that many, but playing pretty well in tight games.
It's going to come down. That's going to all come down to that game next Thursday night, I think, between us and Avila, to who's going to make it. Here's a shot by Banks in the corner, no good. Offensive rebound, however. Elliott Black, he puts it back in. You have him a 6? I think
we got him a 6. He's got 3 buckets.
33-32. 3 minutes to go in the half. Offensive rebound, second chance points. Now Epps thinks about the 3 from the right, doesn't take it. Swings it around to Connor. Connor drives left side, back to Pope. He'll try a 3. It's short. Rebound, David Smith back up and in. Averages 3 rebounds a game. Big one there. First 2 points, 35-32.
Pope says, nice pass, huh?
Yeah, I hit it off the rim just for you.
Yeah.
Franklin to Banks out front. Ball knocked away. It's loose on the floor as David Smith pokes it away. Lawrence Brown chases it down, now tries to throw it to Pope. And good hustle by Barner to knock it away. But how about David Smith just dove after that ball and poked it in the defensive end, gave the Vikings a chance.
Well, David had been playing very much. He had that knee injury, and this is probably maybe his 3rd game back since that time. But boy, what a nice drive he had inside a minute ago to get that, or got that James Pope missed shot and put it back in. And then, boy, great steal right there to give the Vikings the ball back. So, yeah, the little guy, love to watch him play. He always hustles.
Vikings have it with a 3-point lead. Epps tries to, Epps threw it off of Barner, and then stepped in bounds and picked it back up. He wanted to shoot it, but
he did.
Had a guy right in his face. That would have been something.
Zone defense now by Central, I believe.
Here's Connor. I think they playing a little bit of zone. Now they're back in the man. They played zone during that inbounds play. Now kick it out to Epps. He'll try a 3. Won't go. Kitch tips it. Tipped by Pope. No good. Lawrence Brown has it. He goes back up. He can't score, but they're called in for a travel. Chad Lance thought there was some contact.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see the walk either, but I probably shielded out.
35-32. A minute 57 to go here in the first half. That would have been some play by Epps. He had knocked it off defender. Now they get it underneath and missed the shot inside. Does Barner. Wow, he missed a wide open shot. Connor the other way after Pope with a rebound. Here's Connor. Free throw line. 15-footer. Good. Connor has 5, and the Vikings up by 5, matching their biggest lead of the game.
Yeah, let's build a pretty good lead. Down to 1:30 left in the half. Let's see if we make this about an 8 or 9 point halftime lead.
Now here is Tillman. Out front to Banks. Swings it around to Franklin. Franklin. All knocked away by Pope. Taken by David Smith. Those two guys have really been catalyst coming off the bench. 1:12 to go. Valley by 5 with the ball, and Epps now will take some time off the clock. Here's Epps. He has 6 first-half points. Brings it David Smith, top of the key. David drives, cut off, back to Epps. Epps on the left wing. Long three, way long. And the rebound, David Smith almost had another one. Pitch comes away.
Well, he's really dictating the pace of the game right now, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Here's Tillman. Back out front to Franklin. 45 seconds to go. 37-32. Valley with the lead. 22 on the shot clock. 38 on the game clock. They double team Epps, or rather double team the little guy underneath, and he's able to get it to Tillman. Tillman lays it in. Tillman now at 9. 37-34. Good job by Franklin.
Yeah, I don't know how Eric Franklin got between 4 people and kept control of the ball and then found Tillman. That's just a real athletic play right there.
Shot clock is off, so Valley, it looks like, is going to go for the final shot as Epps standing out by the Viking emblem, and he will wind that clock down inside 10 seconds. Here he comes one-on-one. Loses the ball. It's picked up by Tillman. He's got time. Puts up the shot. It'll count if it goes, and he missed it. Wow, Tillman had a chance to tie the game with a 3, and it would have counted from the left side, just a little long. Pretty good first half, though, as Valley leads it by the score of 37-34. And Joe, it's not even 10 after 8, so yeah, that was a quick first half, as it probably didn't get started. We probably didn't get started until 20 till, so that's a quick first half. We'll be back with the scoring and more in a moment.
Chris, can you put the video game controller down for a second?
I can talk and play. Oh, I'm totally annihilating this punk kid in Nebraska.
I just feel like you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
Well, you still ride your skateboard to work. There's the comic book collection, the race car bed.
Look, I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I picked up a few savings tips at feedthepig.org. I have control over my financial life now, and that feels pretty grown up.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. For free ideas and easy tips on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
So, I bet I look like a grown-up to you now.
Well, except for the footy pajamas, I'd have to agree.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, the Missouri Society of CPAs, and the Ad Council.
My name is Sue Smith. I'm 38 years old, and I work at a graphic design company, which is funny, because I couldn't even draw a stick figure when I was a kid. But I met someone who told me, you know what, you can do anything if you really want to. And if the teenage me were here, she'd tell you,
I wouldn't be into drawing and art if it wasn't for Big Brothers Big Sisters. Most kids from my neighborhood don't get into art. They get into trouble. But I was lucky because my big sister showed me early on that I didn't have to be like most people. And to the young me, that meant a lot. My big sister's name is Sheila, and Sheila is the reason that this 8-year-old grows up to have an amazing job as a graphic designer.
Whether you donate money or time, you're helping Big Brothers Big Sisters help a child. And that can last a lifetime. Start something today at BigBrothersBigSisters.org. Brought to you by Big Brothers Big Sisters and the Ad Council.
37-34 is our score as the Vikings lead it by 3. The court-warming royalty being announced, and we'll try to get the announcement of the king and queen for you as we roll along here. But, Joe, pretty good first half. Both teams played well, not many turnovers. Both teams shot the ball well. Just an evenly played half. 37-34.
Very fast-paced game, and I believe we went 7 minutes. Folks, I don't think I'm